Greetings, programs. This is Wretch. Welcome back to Shadowrun Hong Kong. Now, we're getting prepared for our underwater lab mission, guys, but wanted to point out something that was kind of interesting. We've got the normal crew here for 0 Nuyen. I decided to scroll down, and strangely, despite the fact that we're isolated, we can hire Felicia Day and all these other runners. But check this out. El Duce, who I believe we met during the original game, we can hire him for free because he's looking for evidence to use in his personal vendetta against Shiawase Corporation, who apparently is running this lab that we need to break into. That's really interesting, but I don't think in terms of the story that we would be able to hire any new runners or anything like that. It just doesn't really click with how I'm interpreting the narrative. So we're going to stick with our normal crew. That's a shame, too, because El Duce has some amazing stats. He is a beast when it comes to close combat and ranged combat, too. That is a lot of karma. But you know me, I always like doing it the hard way. So we're going to go with ISO, Gaichu, and I'm going to take a risk here, guys. And we're going to leave Gobbet behind for once. And we're going to go with Duncan. We're going to go with some firepower and some decking here. Because I figure there are going to be places for ISO to deck, not necessarily places that Gobbet would get her hands dirty in. So we'll go ahead and confirm that. And travel to the underwater lab. That's kind of cool that one of some of the runners will actually give their services for free if it fits their agenda. Now, if this was in the main game, I'd have no problem with it. But due to the fact that we're kind of isolated, we've been taken from this location, it'd be something that I don't think Sean or the rest of the crew would want to get other runners involved in. Even if it's a side quest, yeah, I think it would raise a few too many questions. Namazu. The trip to Lee's loaned mini-sub is uneventful, as is transit to the area near Hong Kong where Shiawase has built their research laboratory. The sub descends swiftly, and you're kept company by the hissing of the oxygen scrubbers and the occasional ping of active sonar striking your hull. As you near the coordinates for the lab, Jomo begins switching off all but the most essential of systems. After a few minutes, brighter light filters through the portholes as you ascend into a moon pool, and there's a dull thud as the facility's clamp closes around the sub to lift it free. Now, we're trying to procure something for that guy who's dying, if I remember. As you can see, I have been fairly busy here with grabbing stuff. And we're going to make sure the team is ready to go. We're going to make sure that every member of the team has a gold res pack, because you never know. And for everything else, let's get Duncan that health kit and just pump everyone else. Because Gobbet's not going to be here, we're not going to be able to use her heal spell, which, to be honest, has its limited applications. I think we should be good to go now. So, let's check the gear. Make sure I still have my stuff equipped. Alright, let's do it. I'm still paranoid that I'm not going to have that brass knuckle equipped in my inventory. But we'll see what kind of environment this underwater lab is. Hopefully it's nothing heavily magic. The submarine base smells like a hospital, antiseptic and sterile despite the presence of seawater. The sharp scent of rubbing alcohol intermingles with the metallic bite of stainless steel, dominating your sense of smell and drowning out everyone else. The floor vibrates faintly under your feet, a soft electrical buzz, like emanating from the electronics packed behind the facility's walls. You can hear the hum all around you, like the droning sound of 1,000 tiny wings. This writing is so good. Props to you guys at Hairbrained. Well, we made good time. Wasn't expecting to get here so quickly. You asked Jomo, he delivered. Welcome to Shiawase's foremost bioengineering labs. Great location, yeah? I'll lock the door once you leave this room to keep out unwanteds. This bay isn't on the same level as the labs, but there should be an elevator you can take deeper into this sea hive. Some trams too, according to the blueprints. Anyway, I won't keep you from the job. Just know that I'll be waiting here for you to return. But places like this, they make me uncomfortable. Too clean. Try not to keep Jomo waiting here too long. The germ warfare lab is what we need to find. Should be a pretty straight shot from here to there. Oh, and Sean, places like this aren't known for their forgiving attitudes of their security staff. The guards are probably trained to shoot on sight, so we should plan on shooting them first. Alright, time to get this job underway. Well, this should be fun. That's crazy that Jomo said Sea Hive. Every time I hear the word Sea Hive, I remember Sid Meier's Alpha Centauri. There's a faction you can play in the game called the Hive, and the first base you build underwater is called Sea Hive, and that's just kind of what popped into my head. This looks like reception, and we're just going straight to the elevator now. No resistance so far. I assume that is about to change here fairly quickly. And we can't go... Ooh, that's never a good sign. Got mutagen canisters. Iso hisses under her breath, grabbing your arm. Drek, guards. Look over there. There's no way we're getting past them without a fight. At least it doesn't seem like they've seen us. Well, let's hope that this doesn't sound any alarms. Well, actually, maybe they're asleep at the wheel. I say we try to slip past. Yeah, let's try the subtle approach. No way. Just look at them in there. They're positioned all around the doorway. She flaps an arm in the guard's general direction. You mark my words on this. If you try walking us in there prepared for anything but a fight, we're going to get hosed. Fun. Before we go in there, should we go try... Oh, we got a Shiawase drone here. Lab computer, table. Yeah. Hi guys, how are you? Well, crap. Thank you, Duncan. Appreciate it. I want to see what's going on in the lab first. Looks like there's only 4 enemies. So 2 guards and 2 drones. So maybe if we take care of the guards, the drones will go away. Yeah, you scientists, you go find a shady spot. I'm okay with that. Well, you guys are in the way too, which is unfortunate. But what happens, happens. Now we need to remember we do not have Gobbet's haste spell. So, should we kind of focus? Let's go ahead and focus on them. We can take care of the drones later. Provided Sean can hit something, of course. That's always been a problem. And there we go. That's what I wanted to see from ISO. I'm probably going to say Gobbet here a few times, guys, just to let you know. I'm so used to having her on runs. Let's go into... Let's go into active defense. Like so. And we will have... And we have the coup de grace. Just rush up here and slice and dice the captain, or at least attempt to. And Duncan, you are actually in prime position to take out this captain. Not in mercy kill range, though, unfortunately. And it doesn't look like the drones are having any effect, so we're just going to have to take them down. They seem to be pretty loose on their accuracy, though, so we got to be thankful for that. And we can't hit the scientists. So hopefully they don't set off an alarm. And I'm not going to waste any of Sean's abilities. Actually, we can go ahead and just... Hiya! Lightning strike. Looks like this drone isn't that tough. Which is good. If I had an army of Koshis, that would be bad for all concerned. Good job, Sean. Now, you're under medium cover, so let's go for the double shot. Let's try your grenade launcher there, ISO. I hit for a little bit. And I guess we will send Gaichu over here to slice and dice. Oh. Boo. Duncan. It's a bad gun show. And of course, Gobbet's the, or excuse me, not Gobbet, Gaichu's the one who gets actually damaged. Well, here you go. I'm gonna let you get that final shot in. Okay. Here's that frame rate issue stuff is starting to pop up again. That's unfortunate, but oh well. This terminal has been left unlocked and is currently logged into a junior lab technician's user account. Undersea Research Laboratory Namazu. Gamma 4 Annex Neural Engineering Studio Mail Server Unread Messages. Combat Persona Progress and Deep Cover Operatives. Ooh. Chuang, how are you coming along with the next revision of the Reaper Persona Fix chips? Yamada says the cyberware suite adjustments have been made, and I'm anxious to get them into preliminary testing before the month is out. If anything's blocking you, let me know. I'll get you what you need. J. Guy? Senior Researcher. I know the N is normally silent in that term. Everything's on schedule. You had to take some of the sleep cycle subroutines out and revise them in simulation since they were adversely affecting that word, production. They weren't as acute with their violence as we'd like. We should have the new chips ready in the next few days. After that, we can run a few subjects in live tests. Do you have a preferred locale? Yeah, I'll have to check with the transport division, but I'm guessing Shamshui Po is our best bet. Any test we conduct will be written off as just another murder between Sinless. Less chance for another megacorp to take an interest and look into what really happened. Keep me posted. So, super soldiers, which seems to be the megacorp common denominator. Everyone wants super soldiers. I have a progress update about our Project Silver Dream subjects that are in the field, Dr. Guy. Subjects 108, 337, 72, and 210 have all been inserted into their new lives and have been making regular check-ins via their assigned matrix drops. Details as follows. Oh, do we have some sleeper agents? Subject 108's new identity is as a motor pool mechanic with Komatsu Limited, specifically their Korean mining operation branch. Exposure to sensitive data is limited, but 108 is providing a great amount of detail about Komatsu's logistics and supply chain, as well as prospective new expansions in their mining. Subject 337 is executive assistant to a middle manager at Crash Cart Medical Services. She's providing us with a wealth of recorded meeting data, and we're learning a lot about weak links in Crash Cart's management chain. 72 has been hired as a software engineer by Transys Neuronet Asia. He's been siphoning data out at a low rate, though his reports indicate that our deeper programming has encouraged him to earn the trust of his new co-workers before stepping up the siphon. And lastly, 210 is working in the security division of Yakashima Shanghai offices. As a Reaper chip recipient, we have the ability to trigger his kill protocol at any time. Let me know if and when you want to test that out. Given his duties, it should be a very effective test. This is cold-blooded. This is fracked up. Thank you, Duncan. They're doing some kind of chip-based mind control down here, making sleeper agents, turning people into puppets. All the more reason to get this done quickly and get the hell out. Indeed. Not good. Who knows, if we had gotten El Duce on this trip, he might be one of the sleeper agents. This table displays circuitry diagrams for some kind of neural cyberware. Thick bullet-resistant plexiglass forms the laboratory wall. Good, I was wondering about that. A large computer system, most likely used for advanced software programming. Okay, so the only information that we got from the lab is... Oh, look at the fish underneath the floor. That's awesome. I'd love to actually work in an office like this, or a lab or something. It would at least make it a little bit more of a pleasant experience. Security checkpoint. Next up on the agenda, more security. An assassin this time. Cyberware Research Terminal. Can we access that before combat? The lab's computer monitor glows brightly, awaiting your input. Undersea Research, Neural Engineering, okay, Archives, Custom Request, Silver Dream Resources, Medical Closet Access. Kendrick, I need a favor from you. I need to get me one of the non-Reaper subjects from Project Silver Dream. Should be somebody who'd be good for a blue-collar job in a cafe, restaurant, or something like that. Wipe their chip clean aside from the basics. We'll need to build a custom identity from the ground up. And give me a day to clear the paperwork with Central Control. It won't take more than 5 minutes to clear the persona fix for whatever slob I pull. Do you need any particular pieces of cyberware? If so, that might complicate things. Most of our subjects have pre-assigned suites we're testing. Oop, I think I clipped through that. Good to know. I think I have one that'll work. 91. Human male, late 20s, average height. His only obvious implants are a data jack and an ordinary cyber leg. Pre-existing too, so it's not one of our upgraded models. I'll have him prepped. Second archived email. Silver Dream Resources. 41 subjects, 29 subjects in the field, 416 subjects inactive or killed. Holy crap. So that's either they've killed 416 people, or there's 416 subjects that just have not been released yet, or probably a combination of the two. Acquisition. Subjects have been acquired from across the Hong Kong Free Enterprise Zone. Primary locations are Aberdeen, Yaoyacheng, Guangdong, and Kowloon City. With the loss of the walled city, Kowloon has become a less attractive location for subject acquisition. Future possibilities include expansion to Shenzhen, Indonesia, and Shanghai. To date, approximately 71% of the subjects have been sinless, 23% possessed a criminal sin, and 6% possessed a standard sin. Given these numbers, it is unsurprising there have been no official investigation into the subjects' whereabouts. However, Project Silver Dream personnel must take care not to draw attention due to high draws from single neighborhoods. Ew. So that was the request. Let's look at the request again, see exactly what he... As long as the subject has relatively unobtrusive implants, it should be fine. No obvious combat augmentations or the like. Race shouldn't matter much either. I have to work some things out with Tang and pathology anyway, so take your time. Okay. And next, medical closet access. Anybody here know the door code to the medical closet in Delta 25? One of the handlers got his finger smashed in the door, and he lost a lot of blood before the tram could get him back to Gamma 4. Seems kind of stupid that we lock up the medical closets. What gives? There's not a lot to do down here. There's a lot of mind-altering substances in medical closets. Do the math. Locks are there for a very good reason. But to make you feel better, the code is 8236. If anything goes missing, though, expect Commander Gara to come knocking. Okay, 8236. Do I need... There we go. Thank you, game. So I don't have to write anything down. And we got a lab technician here. Well, we might as well pull our weapons and get going, shouldn't we? Duncan? How about some burst fire right to the back of this assassin? Please don't miss. Thank you, Duncan. Appreciate that. Competence! And I think combat music hasn't even started yet. That's awesome. Let's go ahead and get buffed up here, since we're kind of getting these guys on the draw. And we will... Yeah, why not? Let's have Sean run up here and finish this guy. Ah, of course. Thank you, Sean. ISO over here, please. Looks like we just have an Enforcer and a Conjurer. And I don't want to hit any of these scientists, so... Gaichu, you're full up, which is good to know. Let's have you rush up here and get this Conjurer in melee range. Nice. Oh, we should have actually taken out that guy. Oh, hello there. Elemental. Now I kind of wish we had brought Gobbet along. And Kamikaze. That was my bad. Run, little scientists. Go do your stuff elsewhere. Well, the good news is this assassin is probably not going to be among the living for very long, I would assume. Well, provided Sean can actually hit someone. There you go. Well, at least he's asleep. Let's go ahead and see if we can finish. Thank you, ISO. Appreciate that. Get this Enforcer with a double shot. Stack that bleed damage, you know what I mean? And let's go put in some active defense here just in case. And do some massive chop damage to this Conjurer. And speaking of that, let's go ahead and finish this Conjurer off with a Mercy kill. And that takes care of the Elemental. And that's exactly why I put Duncan over there, so he could throw the grenade back, because they're bunched up. Now I'm going to send Gaichu after the drone. Okay. And oh, we have to go all the way around, don't we? That's unfortunate. And that wasn't really what I was trying to do, but we'll call it fine. Fortunately, this guy is now in ISO's line of fire. Gaichu, let's go slicing and dicing. Allegedly. What was this again? 10% accuracy, can only attack stunned targets. Well, that's not going to work on a drone, unfortunately. Now, let's finish off. Let's use a double shot just to be sure. Let's see, there we go. And he dropped something nice, too. And this drone has just about had it. Let's go ahead and get Gaichu to finish him off, and then we'll end combat. You hear a telecom begin to ring near the cryo tanks. That's interesting. Let's grab this first. High security keycard, cyberware research terminal. The research station is unlocked, ready for your perusal. You know what? I'm going to save the game real quick here, because I don't want one of these, Oh, I can't save the game now. No. Sure. Come here, Mr. Telecom. Everything's okay. Situation normal. The telecom blinks to life, and a woman's face appears on the screen. The HUD below the image identifies her as Dr. Janet Tang. Below her name, the words Gamma-4 Pathogen Hot Lab appear in bold red print. It's difficult to make out the woman's features behind both the telecom screen and her hazmat mask, but her eyebrows are knit together in an angry line. She taps on the receiver. Hello? Can you hear me? She leans in toward the screen, squinting. Much of her face is covered, but her clear complexion tells you she's probably young, in her late 20s maybe. Her mouth and jaw are hidden behind a rebreather, but you can hear the frown in her voice. All this damned racket is making it hard to hear anything. I've got alarms are blaring from every corner of my lab. I don't know what you're doing over there, but it is impossible for us to work under these conditions. Her voice gets louder, angrier. I swear, if this is another impromptu drill, you know how much progress I've made on HN 539? Do you? Almost none. I'm barely a quarter of the way into this thing, if that, and I've got a deadline to meet. Everything's fine over here, Doctor. Probably just another security drill. Everything's fine here now. How are you? I swear, if those meatheads at Base 11 ever want this antimicrobial finished, I'm gonna need... She recoils with a start, then leans in, blinking. Hey, you're not security. Yes, I am. Screen resolution is just low. It's me, Kendrick. I'm not an idiot. Kendrick's in logistics, not security. Oh, I hate that. You, however, the doctor's eyes widen as she leans back. I don't know you. The doctor blinks as if trying to confirm what she's seen and turns to look at something behind her. When she turns back to the screen, her expression is stern. I don't know what you're doing here, but you "You better stay where you are." The sincerity of her words is undercut by the tremor in her voice. "And just what can you do from inside that lab, huh? You gonna come out and stop us? I'd like to see you try. Thanks, Duncan. I'm warning you, things will get ugly fast if you try to leave the sector you're in." You can see her hand tremble as she slaps the receiver. The telecom screen crackles and goes black. "She sounded desperate. Corner a rat, and no matter how big the predator, the rodent will fight back. We would be wise not to count this Dr. Tang out just yet." Indeed. I thought maybe she would lock the lab down or something and we wouldn't have been able to examine any of this stuff. Cryotank. Frozen metahuman lies within this cryotank awaiting surgery. Ew. Well, let's go ahead and peruse this. Timeline on special project, items missing from weapons locker. And this is a forum. How close are we on the special project, Chuang? I need that subject in field testing by the end of the week. Central is breathing down my neck to get results, and I'm not going to let a slowdown on your end get me demoted. There's only so fast I can move. Programming the persona you want takes a minimum of 4 days. We could do it faster if you'd lent us more people, but no, you wanted to keep this to the core team. Just bring in some of the cyber firmware team, and they'll bring us onto your timeline. Okay, you can have Deng and his 2 assistants. Deng, help Chuang out with whatever he needs. This is a red ball. The end of the fiscal quarter is coming up, and I will not have another bad review. Got it. We'll shift priorities immediately. And items for missing weapons locker. Okay, people. I've had to change the weapons locker code again. For some reason, security drones keep crashing when the previous code was input. Engineering's tracked it down to an Easter egg somebody put in the object recognition code. I guess made the drones inexplicably crash when they recognized the number sequence 1337. Indeed. As such, we've input the new code 4077. Hopefully this will resolve our random drone crashes. Awesome. So maybe the weapons locker and everything are over here? Communal computer. Computer sits unmanned, ready to receive input. Biosafety level 5 prep cyberware packages. Deng, make sure subject 91 gets moved to one of the hot labs. Minimum biosafety level 4. Once we're done with him in there, we'll need to move him out into a cryocylinder until he's back on land. Nobody opens that container unless they want to be confined in a cryotank themselves. Are you sure? We spent a lot of time and money implanting experimental cyberware into those test subjects. You stick anything in them from BSL-4 lab, they're probably not going to be more than a corpse inside a week or two. And on that note, where are they going on the surface? Do we have containment teams in place? Is security in place to prevent an accidental breach? Let me worry about all of that. You'll be covered if anything goes wrong. We're just conducting an unusual field test, that's all. Nothing for you to lose sleep over. Yeah, what could possibly go wrong? And cyberware packages. Okay, Hung. Since you're new on the project, you're probably not aware of the various suites that we've been installing into the test subjects. I'll give you the basic rundown. The Reaper suite and chip is for heavily enhanced combat models. They've been given a variety of implanted weaponry, musculature, and skeletal enhancement, and a variety of bodywear appropriate for close combat. The Personifix chip keeps them docile and ensconced in whatever fantasy life we've cooked up for them until we flip the switch. Once that happens, all hell breaks loose. I'm glad we didn't bring El Duce, because if he's been augmented like this, and if someone flips the switch, we'd have a very formidable opponent. The idea is that they could work as distraction, saboteurs for inciting riots, etc. They're no good for assassins, because the methods we use to override the amygdala render them incapable of... Oh, medulla oblongata. Okay. Incapable of doing... I've never seen that word actually written down. Doing much more than discerning friend or foe. They won't hunt for a specific target if another one presents itself. The Dreamer package is for deep cover operatives. We take a test subject whose life has been similar to our projected target identity, read their memories out using an assist biofeedback system, and program a chip for their new life and habits. The cyberware includes a number of neural shunts, data filters, and mnemonic locks to make certain their subconscious espionage activities aren't remembered. Last is the Ghost package, the Assassination Suite. The goal with this package is simple. Maximum infiltration, maximum lethality. We've got vocal modulation, retinal duplication, a slew of close combat skill wires, and whatever other spyware we can cram in. You get close to a target and wait for activation. When they've been activated, they get close to their target, physically, and that's when the cranial bomb detonates. Jesus. Let's hope they have a contingency plan. Yeah, I don't think that is the case. Okay, well, we got one more thing to inspect here. This is the surgical suite. A cyberware implementation suite prepped and ready for a patient. Interesting. Some nasty stuff going on here with incredibly augmented sleeper agents. So, no bueno. But we'll go ahead and end the episode here, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you liked the episode, go ahead and click like down below. Subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment. That'd be a big help. And we'll see you next time. Later days, everyone.